The clarion call has sounded. The curtain rises. Say goodbye to yourself and embrace the unknown. As I don the many masks of this tale, I challenge you to fully immerse in the story, the mystery, and the terror. Live the fears and hopes, and let your mind wander through the shadows. Uncover the secrets that lie beneath, for the only certainty is the mask you wear. Embrace the transformation, commit to the journey, and let the masks of Nyarlathotep reveal its truths to you.
Same
I have like a
here.
list.
I have some too, so if you want to go first, you can. And then I've got stuff under session notes. I'm going to try to punch those in every time from now on. Just use
All
the
mine it
transcript.
says is get story straight in case cop asks. Try and fix Abby's wound. Figure out why I can't recall the symbol that was carved on Jackson's face. Shanghai, matchbox, and faded picture. Vincent has some enemies. Go to library and find out more info where Jackson has been to collect these clues and find out his plan to carry out this expedition and his RIP.
Pretty dang close. Yeah, pretty dang close to what I had. Visit your action items that I had written down still are visit Prospero House Publishers to investigate leads in the publishing connection to Jackson Elias. Research at New York Public Library, like you said. Information about the Pinu Foundation there, or other leads. Plan to call or visit Harvard University Library to follow up on inquiry from the letter to Elias. And purchase a replacement handgun discreetly, maybe from a pawn shop. Yeah, I remember that. And you guys had talked about like wanting to split up, whatever. That can be all done now. Do you feel we need to go over any of the handouts now, or come along them as you guys think back on them? I did make a cork board, and you can drag over to the right if it isn't showing up on it. Kind of edited the cork board a little bit to add New York City in there. So.
How do you make it zoom out?
Control scroll wheel. You have to be gentle with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That worked.
Oh, cork board or notes.
That section. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. You need to zoom out.
Yeah, it's very touchy. And there's a button for zoom out on the bottom right, maybe, but I think mine's covered up by something I have on my desktop. So.
How do you pan?
Covered up by an
Say that again.
update.
How do you
Middle
pan?
mouse down.
Oh, okay.
Hold to drag.
Yeah.
CAD.
Yeah,
CAD or a Photoshop.
Why is this not? No, it's not.
Yeah.
Keys.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see New York City.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff y'all found in there. So I'll start drawing stuff out on this as you guys figure it out if you don't do it yourself.
Oh, okay. So Jackson is the green over to there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can reset it to show up here somehow.
Oh, okay. Then, but that's Professor Knight. Okay. Ow. Oh. Hi, dog.
You didn't name that hip.
Nah. Thanks.
So.
You mangy mutt.
With that, someone picked up the newspaper, right? There was a knock at the door, newspaper, whatever, someone else, and you read that, talking about the murder of Jackson Elias.
Did we get that as a handout?
You did. It's number 9. Carla Pibble's number 9. Yeah, and I guess now you know Lieutenant Poole, that seems to be over this investigation, Lieutenant Martin Poole of the murder squad. And there was some kind of connection, or not, to the Harlem murders, he was saying. But remember, they already had someone for those murders, so he's not saying it's still going or not. Doesn't make him innocent. I find him guilty. So, with that, investigators, what do you investigate?
guess let's do our. I think we were going to send Abigail and Iris to the publishers.
Yeah, they were going to go first.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I think we were going to go as friends of. They were going looking to like clients or something.
Collectors.
Yeah, that sounds right. And we can go. Two of us can go to a pawn shop, replace my gun, something for us to do, and then we can meet.
Yeah, so that you
I
guys
guess
want
maybe meet them.
And us collectors were inquiring about publishing a book.
Yeah, meet them at the publishers, and then we can all go to the library to research.
True. And the library is, I believe it's just like right. Oh no, it was closed. That's right. I remember. So it's pretty close to you guys. Just a few blocks away from the library. As far as the publishers, Prospero House, it is just a few blocks away as well. This is great. Yeah, it's pretty close right there. And there's pawn shops everywhere or whatever, so you can take care of that. So who wants to go first?
I guess we can
Yeah,
go
I
in
guess
there.
we'll go to the
Yep.
publishers. And we'll get
And
our story straight on the way there, whether we're going to be, collectors or inquiring about publishing a book. Which I
yeah,
think.
we
Go ahead.
Are we saying that we are friends of Jackson or collectors of this, what he was seeking, or
I think
you guys were gonna say you were collectors, and we were gonna do the friend, not necessarily friends, but like coworker almost angle.
Okay.
But you guys would be
Okay.
completely separate and just collecting something, I guess similar, but not name drop him.
Okay.
Or, I mean, at this point, now that he's been in the paper, maybe we are going to look about collecting his book now that he's dead.
And because that sounds good too. Because the letter says the book about which you inquired is no longer in our collection. How do we know what book that we're collecting?
Right.
If we don't know what the book was.
Yeah.
We don't know how to ask for that.
And that's where it's like you guys could come in as investigators to you're talking about his death and you found that and you want to know, but we could talk about what ask about if they have Elias's earliest publications and was there any other thing that he was interested in, because I want to know everything he was interested in and blah, blah, blah.
That sounds good.
I
Let's go with that.
want to clear up something here.
Yeah.
The note is to Jackson at the Prospero House publishers.
Yeah, they were an intermediary,
So-
you said.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. So do you want to ask these questions to Harvard University Library, Miriam Outright, or are you going to Prospero House publishers where they were trying to get in touch with Jackson?
So I brought up the library, but
Yeah.
there was discussion about we couldn't reliably get her on the phone or something, and it was too far away because it's a 4-hour bus ride. Because my idea originally was to go to Harvard, but that ruins the whole day. So we were going to do stuff here first.
Yeah.
I mean, so I like the plan going forward, but to take a step out of character, none of what we're doing makes any fucking sense. It's just kind of having to strain a little credulity to see if we can get I think at this point, even if it was real, you would kind of know, okay, this doesn't make sense. If I'm putting myself in my shoes, right? Be like, well, this is kind of flimsy, but flimsy leads work sometimes, and just talking to people gets you started.
Yeah, we gotta get started somehow.
Well, the point I was trying to make, just one second. The point I was trying to make was that Prospero House Publishers isn't the one to ask about the book if you're going to go down that line of questioning, because they don't have it. They were just reaching back out to him. Or he is Prospero, but they were reaching out back to him through Prospero, if that makes sense. They won't know anything about
Why would they not?
Miriam.
Oh, I mean, if you're sorry, then if you're meta telling us they don't, that's fine. But it made sense to me they would know
No, just
because
Yeah.
no, because
no,
dear
but no.
Mr. Elias,
So I interpret. I understand what you're saying. I get
Yeah.
it, but I interpreted it. They were working together as an intermediary with him, and they would he would have talked to them already, given them information.
okay. With
That's
that
how I
line of reasoning,
interpreted
it
it.
is possible that they may know something about this letter. Correct. Okay. Cool. I just didn't want you to go there expecting the other.
No,
side.
I
Okay,
understand.
cool.
It's just that's how I took it. Is that they were working? It's like he was contracting through them to get help to find something, and they may know something.
Hey, my power died, I think.
Oh no.
Wait. No.
It's frozen.
It's such a good frozen face. Oh man,
Is it a confused face?
Now
you
you're
were
dead.
surprised.
Oh.
You had a perpetual
We're
state of
surprised.
surprise.
I'm still here. Everything came back.
Yeah, your
Your
video
video
feed's
has
not
not-
caught up yet, but
Yeah.
Okay.
we can hear you.
Weird.
Is your camera not on your UPS? Maybe.
It looks like
No,
he's
I mean it's
on
plugged
those
into my.
shows
Let me just
where
let me
they-
just restart my.
They hide your face and voice.
There we
He's
go.
back. It came back right before you did
Hey!
that.
I don't know what happened. That's funny. My monitor flickered, and you know how it does, like moves everything. Oh, well, here I'll do a quick thing. I think I fixed my power issues.
Oh no.
Yeah, bad hard disk, old hard disk in there that was shorting out. Long
Oh,
story
that sucks.
short, but it's fine.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. So okay, that's fine. With that other line of questioning, I don't see any. I don't see any issues with that. I just didn't want you to go the other way.
Yeah, because like, I presumed that it was sent there because he doesn't always have like a steady address. Like
Yeah.
She probably had his address from the other, but he may not even send it from there since he's not there long term, right? Like he comes and goes.
I think that's
So,
very
like,
valid, especially since you know that he publishes through them. He may use them as an intermediary for communications or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, okay.
So with that on you would have to say you know him, I guess, is what I guess. You can't just be like, hey, did so and so get a letter, blah blah blah.
Well, so
Give
again,
me all the secrets.
I mean, they can. I like what you said just a minute ago, Michelle. Like, if you guys like taking it, or maybe Amy, you can take the angle. We had a reason that I don't specifically remember, but we all agreed, like last time, it made sense for half of us to not have a relation directly to him, and the other half, not relation, literally. You know what I mean? Half of us not approach it like that, and me and Chad were gonna do the business partners in air quotes. It doesn't matter because again, it's to me, it's like it's all kind of flimsy, and we're just taking a shot at it to see if it. We're definitely not gonna get the answer we want here, but hopefully give us something more to go off of when we do talk to the lady at Harvard. Because I do agree, which is why I want to go there. I think that's the place to be. I'm just hoping there's more stuff we can get here first.
I think that was where we came up with either looking to get like rich people, rich ladies throwing money around, trying to get his books, or trying to just happens to be the place that you're trying to get something published for, reasons, and just like a very broad fact-finding mission. I think that was the two like potential things that we had kind of landed on, just sort of a shot in the dark to see if there's anything useful to be found within Prospero. I that was best I can recall. Do with that what you will, obviously. And then I had sort of planned on using my, schmoozy fast talking to, we were supposed to meet Jackson and we went and there was, police and stuff. And, can you help us for our angle?
Or
at least that was my plan.
And point of note, you didn't call Harvard because it's too late when you came up with the idea. You weren't denied. You just haven't had a chance to do it yet.
Okay, my fault then. I thought there was a reason that we couldn't. But there it was. But I thought it was like a hard meta reason.
No
Okay.
hard meta.
Yeah, I think it was very much just we can call him, but we might as well try to do this while we're here before we go somewhere else.
Okie dokie.
So
Go for
it. It's the girls are going to Prospero.
Yep.
So
I think that's the plan.
all right. You guys make your way in the really chilly morning, I suppose. You make your way over to Lexington Avenue near 35th, and you can find the offices of Prospero House there. Nothing to call home about, just a normal little office building, you know, brick facade or whatever. Concrete, probably, actually. Doors open. You can just go on in, and you see a young lady at the front desk. How can I help you? Welcome to Prospero Publishers.
Hi. So I don't know how often you get this request, but do you have like older copies, like older books from certain people? I've really been collecting some certain books from who was it? Mr. Jackson Elias. That's who it was. And I would really love to get his earlier works. I have his newer stuff, but I'd really love his earlier works, and like anything that he was really interested in. I would love to know like what other books he likes and what he wanted to know. If you have that information.
I love Jackson, but no, hang on. And you can see kind of like a little bit of concern go over her face. Hang on. And she just turns around and she's like, Jonah! And you see coming around the corner, I think I'll give you a handout here. There you go. Jonah. Hopefully you guys can see that pop up on Foundry. He's a heavy set guy. Short, squat, white, balding. Graying hair. He's well-tailored suit fits his bulbous frame, however, though. He's trying his best to be stylish. And
bless his heart.
Right, he's trying so hard.
The front desk clerk is like, Jonah, they're inquiring about Elias. And Jonah's like, oh, yes, Elias, he's great. Are you fans? I'll get it from here. And he just sits down in her seat and just leans over and kind of looks at you.
Yes, I'm a very big fan. I have his latest book, and of course I know the name of it.
Yeah.
I have his latest book, but I love to collect volumes. And so I wanted to see if you guys had his earlier works, because I cannot find them anywhere. And I would also, if by chance, I know that he has worked with you guys and he publishes through you.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that he likes? Does he actually like go out and like read and research and like actually do you know any of that information by chance?
Yeah.
I know I'm just trying here.
I know you're trying. Before we get to that, do you know what happened to Mr. Elias? Are you aware? The newspaper showed this morning.
I did. I saw it. We got the newspaper. I got the newspaper in my hotel room this morning, and I was devastated. And that's why I was like, I have to come and try to find it before other people decide like they have to have it because it's the new fad. But I came here to get these books. Like that is why I'm in New York.
And you don't happen to be Abigail by any chance, do you?
I am.
And you must be Iris, right? They're just smiling at you.
I'm like, turn to her like.
You're like, nope. I'm listening. I'm helping Chad with his site.
How do you know that?
Jackson, of course. of course he would tell me about his friends. Everything comes through me, all his notes, most of his notes at least. And he was here just the other day.
Was
talking
he?
about you. Yes, you were. He talked about you guys coming to visit him.
Yes, we came to visit him, and we had such adventures with him years ago, and he was so great.
He was very great.
Did he leave us anything?
Did he leave you anything? Well, you should come to the funeral tomorrow. Here, and he gives you an invitation to the funeral that I can't find. But anyway, the invitation to the funeral's tomorrow. We'll just say it's in the early morn, right? Actually, no, it's 2 p.m. January 17th, so that's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, you should come. It will probably be a sparse amount of people there, but it'll be good to have you. He would appreciate that, and yeah.
I would love to come pay my respects. He was a very good man.
He was.
And I'm pretty sure he saved me at least once or twice.
I bet he would.
Our adventures before.
He saved my business, that's for sure. Yeah, the police theory on cult murders, that sounds about right, and that's right up Elias's alley. You know, he was always infatuated with those blood cults. You think some enemies caught up to him? You know?
I don't even know who his enemies would be right now. I haven't really talked to him in a while. We wrote letters, but we kind of stopped when he was moving around so much, or whatever. He wanted us to go meet him at a hotel today.
That was yesterday.
And then we saw the newspaper.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Who would want to do this to him? It's horrible.
Well, Elias is talking about last time he came in here. Well, not last time. He's been talking about it for a while. That he's persuaded that some blood cult had massacred the Carlisle expedition. I'm sure you've seen the papers. But he thinks that not all of the principals of the expedition had been killed. That's what Elias thought, at least.
Not all the principals had been killed?
Yeah, like the main
Main
people.
Yeah.
Look, well, hang on. Here, I'll show you something. He raffles to some papers and pulls out a folder. Looks like it says Elias on it. And go to... He's like, here, look at this. Go to handout 11, and you can see... I'll read it for you since it's kind of crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even read that.
August 8th, 1924, Nairobi. Dear Jonah, big news. Or I guess I could do big news. There's a possibility that not all the members of the Carlisle expedition died. I have a lead. Though the authorities here deny the cult angle, the natives sing of a different tune. You wouldn't believe the stories. Some juicy notes coming in your way. This one will make us all rich. Blood and Kisses, J.
Blood and kisses. I love that.
Fucking emo
That's
kid.
funny.
Yeah.
He's and yeah, so Jonas is like, yeah, he clearly states that some of the members of the Carlisle expedition may still be alive, at least back then. I mean, look, if you think that's interesting. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Am I boring you? I know you came here for books. Yeah, I can get you. I can get you books.
Not at all. Not at all. If it has to deal with Jackson, it's never boring. He is never boring.
I agree. Yeah.
And that's a very interesting theory. I wish I knew more.
All right. Well, here, look at this. This is some of Elias's notes that he sent from a wire from Hong Kong. He said his inquiries were proceeding nicely, at least. Here, take a look at this. and he hands you the Nairobi notes,
Whoa.
but wired from Hong Kong. So he like had already moved on or something at this point. So this is different sets of notes compiled into one article here. You can see there's one set of notes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anybody want to read? 1 or 2 or all or whatever?
Set 1 of the Nairobi Notes sets forth the offices, officials, and tribes which Elias visited, searching for materials concerning cults and cult rituals. Elias mentions Roger Corridon, the colonial undersecretary for internal affairs. However, he notes that nothing conclusive was learned. Elias discounts the official version of the Carlisle massacre. Do you want me to keep going, or does somebody else want to chime in?
I can do it.
Go for it. Okay.
Set 2 describes his trip to the massacre site. He notes particularly that the earth there is completely barren, and that all the tribes of the region avoid the place, saying it's cursed by the god of the black wind, whose home is in the nearby mountaintop. Set 3 is an interview with Jonathan Kenyatta? Johnstone Kenyatta. Like, cut out the color there. Who says that the Carlisle massacre murders may have been performed by the cult of the Bloody Tongue. He says that the cult is reputedly based in the mountains and that its high priestess is part of the Mountain of the Black Wind. Elias is politely skeptical, but Kenyatta insists upon the point. In quotes, Elias records that regional tribes fear and hate the Bloody Tongue, that tribal magic is of no protection against the cult, and that the cult's god is not of Africa. Interesting.
Yeah. And so now you got a name, another cult name.
A few names,
right?
Yeah.
Cult of the Kenyatta, Corridon, the Black Wind, the Bloody Tongue. It's good stuff. Set 4 follows up on the Kenyatta interview. Elias confirms from several good sources that the Bloody Tongue exists, though he finds no first-hand evidence of it. Tales include children stolen for sacrifice, and creatures with great wings are said to come down from the Mountain of the Black Wind to carry people off. The cult worships a god unknown to folklorists, one fitting no traditional African pattern. Elias lists Sam Mariga railway station, Neville German, Dr. Sterrett, Lieutenant Selkirk, and Colonel Endicott as people he questioned. I've read a book about Selkirk, someone named Selkirk.
Oh, interesting.
That name stands out to me.
Based in some real stuff.
Yeah. Set 5 is a single sheet reminding Elias that the Cairo-based portion of the Carlisle itinerary must be examined carefully. He believes the reason which prompted Carlisle's Kenyan side trip is on the Nile. Set 6 is a long interview with Lieutenant Mark Selkirk, leader of the men who actually found the remains of the Carlisle expedition. Importantly, Selkirk says that the bodies were remarkably undecayed for the length of the time which they lay in the open, almost as if decay itself wouldn't come near the place. Secondly, the victims had been torn apart, as if by animals, though what sorts of animals would pull apart bodies so systematically he could not guess. Unimaginable, inexplicable. Selkirk agrees that the Nandis may have had something to do with the episode, but suspects that the charges against the ringleaders were trumped up. It wouldn't be the first time, he says cynically. Finally, Selkirk confirms that no Caucasians were found among the dead. Only the corpses of the Kenyan bearers were scattered across the barren plain, despite what was claimed at the inquest. Set 7 is another single sheet. Elias ran into Nails Nelson at the Victoria Bar in Nairobi. Nelson had been a mercenary for the Italians on the Somali-Abyssinian border and had escaped into Kenya after double-crossing his employers. Nelson claimed to have seen Jack Brandy alive in Hong Kong, less than 2 years before Elias was in Kenya, and long after the Kenyan court declared that Brady and the rest of the expedition were dead. Brady was friendly, though guarded and taciturn. Nelson didn't press the conversation. This report only strengthened Elias's belief that the principal members of the expedition might still live. Set 8 discusses a possible structure for the Carlisle book, but is mostly featureless, with entries like, tell what happened and explain why.
Yeah, so with the last 3 paragraphs, he claims that there's no white people dead here. Here's they're saying that it wasn't white people. And then the next one is like, I got secondhand confirmation that one of the people that was supposedly dead is still alive in Hong Kong. Jack Brady. Very, very interesting. And so Jonah is like, it's interesting, right?
Very.
And that was wired from Hong Kong?
This is a wire of his notes. Yes, from Hong Kong. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I after that, I didn't hear from him until, I guess, the middle of last month, around middle of December. Yeah, he sent me a telegram. I don't think I have that one anymore. Excited, little crazy. He said he'd been in London for a few days. He dug up a lot of stuff. He said he'd seen unbelievable things and mentioned some kind of plan about Elias, a conspiracy of monstrous and worldwide proportions. He said there was a timetable. He needed to figure out the missing pieces, and he's getting like worked up. Like, he's excited. You can tell he's always been excited about Elias's work, even though maybe it had no basis or foundation. He mentioned needing to go out to Australia, but he wouldn't, or I don't know if he couldn't, explain more. That's where the wire ended, saying he would soon be in New York. He told me he took the passage on freighter, the Faropi, yeah, so he was in New York just a few days ago, obviously, and he left more notes with me. I wouldn't show this to anybody, and you should keep this to yourself, but here, take a look at this one. And he shows you this last note, number 13. I don't know. It's a little weird and fragmentary, and I just concluded that Elias had, needed to take a break for a little bit. But now that we know what happened to him, maybe there's more to it. Do you see? Can you read it? I've got at the bottom. At the bottom, at the bottom, it should show the text, the plain text. If you scroll down.
Oh, there it is. Oh. Many names, many forms, but all the same and toward one end. Need help? Too big, too ghastly. These dreams like Carlisle's. Check that psychoanalyst file. All of them survived. They'll open the gate. Why? So the power and the danger is real. Many threads beginning. The books are in Carlisle's safe. Coming for me. Will the ocean protect? Ho, ho, no quitters now. Let's tell and make readers believe. Should I scream for them? Let's scream together. Interesting. He really, yeah.
Yeah.
Carlisle, the books are in Carlisle's safe.
Yeah, I'm
check
not
the psychoanalyst files. So did he check this is me thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Like, we're thinking to Iris, like, did all of them, did he check them himself? Like, was he dreaming of Carlisle? Did he dream of the analyst file?
I heard he was dreaming of electric sheep.
Oh, stop.
Right, and as I said, please don't. This doesn't leave us. I'm afraid this will damage his integrity as a writer, and it's a little much there in the end. I don't really know what happened, but this is from the same day that he died. So this is just from yesterday.
Oh. My goodness.
Just earlier that day when he came by.
Must have been in a rush or something. Just up with him.
Yeah. But look, I'll bring you a collection to the. I'll bring you a collection of his books to the funeral.
Okay.
And you can talk to, you know, other people that, whoever else shows up.
Do you
For the
know
funeral.
where Carlisle's safe is?
I don't know. Look, I'm gonna be honest. This seems like ramblings of a madman, if you're asking me. I'm not really sure what that means. I mean, I'm sure the Carlyles are a rich family. I'm sure they have a safe. Why books? You're sure? Maybe they keep their books in a safe. They're I don't know. Taxes? I don't know.
Well, if they're trying to hide something, of course they'll put it in the safe.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the information and
Of course.
insight into Elias.
Of course, yes. I'll see you at 2 tomorrow. And make sure to tell the other 2 to come as well.
I'll be there.
Good.
I just kind of look at him like, he knows us. He knows all about us.
Yeah, he knows everything.
Everything. It just kind of makes me feel a little, I don't know, weird.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
A little cringe, a little creepy, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like how I feel as we're walking away.
Okay. Back into the blustery cold, and we swap over to the dudes. What are the dudes up to?
So I guess I don't think there'd be any reason to actually like RP getting the gun, because there's not gonna be difficulties getting it.
Nope,
so
no
that's what we
difficulties.
did. That's where we've been for a little while, is getting a weapon.
What do you get?
I guess probably.
Oh man, 1911 man. Is it a Colt? Need a revolver?
Because, oh man.
Well, I'm trying to think what would be more period appropriate. It would probably be a revolver of some sort, but because I mean, a lot of the guns I would gravitate to don't exist. So
1911 was a hot minute ago.
I can give you some selections if you would like.
Yeah, we can just say 1911. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
I just mean I'm 99% sure it's publicly available, or a public version is available.
Yeah. Well, it was designated one of the models was because it came out at some point in 1911. That's what they called it.
Right.
1911.
That's what I mean, right? Like, so.
Yeah.
Yep. What is the caliber of a 1911?
I thought it was a
9mm.
So I thought it was a 4. Is it? I thought it was a 40 or 45. Maybe there's a 9mm version though. Let's see. No, 45 ACP. Yeah, it was 45. So
right.
We'll say that, because that would be something. It was a popular gun, and
no worries. I just needed to know to drag it onto your thing. 45 revolver.
So
I just figured you and I would probably have some conversation regarding revolver or not.
Yeah, and so since it was available, it looks like this. Not that it really matters.
Yeah, let's see.
I can't fucking send any. I hate having to go to a fucking thing there.
Where is that?
In the text chat, the top one released in the. Well, actually, it's 1924, so it could look like either one. There are slight differences, but not a revolver. So.
Oh.
That's what it looks like.
Not a revolver.
Nope.
Shit.
Not a revolver. It's fine. Doesn't matter. The A1 released. If this is 1924, the current year, then
45 automatic.
Yep. So we got that. That killed some time, and then I don't really think there'd have been a reason to go to the library without Abigail and Iris, because we were all going to go together and meet up, and that's where we debrief. So maybe like hang out in a place where we can see them leave, because
I imagine we would have had like we'll meet for lunch, when you guys get done, and when we get whatever supplies we need, and we'll go to lunch at
that place that works
on the corner.
Yep.
At which point we could address a potential strategy adaptation, given that we're likely to be recognized on entrance based on that.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys are meeting up now together.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
Yep.
I had assumed that we would meet, before we went in, just to, again, see whatever they did or didn't find. Don't say X to Y.
Yeah.
There's a little lunch cafe, the Wolfelhausen.
Perfect. I got some streusel.
Can I get it smothered and covered though?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe capped.
It's an inside joke, but now you're in on it. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
In Delta Green, they would always have their meetings in the Waffle House.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a good place, you know.
Everywhere,
open.
there's one everywhere, and
What-
they're open 24/7. Like,
They don't close even for a tornado or hurricane. If you know they're closing, it's
Yeah.
gonna be bad.
Oh, that's a good point.
No, FEMA uses
there will
them.
always be one open. It will always
Yeah.
be 24 hours.
FEMA uses them as part of their catastrophe index.
I saw
right.
Yeah.
What?
that. Yeah.
It's like the unofficial. It's I guess it's like half a joke, but they literally do have it in their calculation as a thing. Is a Waffle House open or not?
That's so funny.
That's just an automatic +1.
Well, yeah, so you guys sit down, get some lunch, brunch, whatever. It's probably still early. You get some brunch.
Yep.
We
So how'd it go?
started down here.
what are you putting in your coffee?
Extra coffee.
Uh-huh.
How'd y'all's meeting go? What'd you find?
Well, I got this, and I'm gonna hand him the invitation to the funeral tomorrow.
Just handing those out, are they?
Well, he kind of knew who we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Elias had talked about us enough that he basically recognized us when we walked in.
I don't like that.
It is fascinating
Yeah.
and a bit
I felt
terrible.
weird.
It was very weird and a little bit too much, to be honest. I felt a little uncomfortable that he knew who I was. But for this reason. Let's put it that way.
When they describe him as a very large man, that's not anybody that I've encountered in anything, right? Like
Meta-wise, no.
any of the people in like Emerson's, like people that I wouldn't want to be seeing. Like there's no like crossover of like a really large guy and a really well tailored, like that's not.
No.
His name was Jonas.
Jonah. Yep.
I didn't want to,
Jonah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
you probably
very
said-
sitcom moment, right?
no, you know it's Jonah Kensington. He's the owner of Prospero House.
Jonah Kensington.
Sure, I just, in a world of aliases and whatever, it's like
Yeah.
Not ringing
You
any bells, for sure.
I just wanted to quadruple check. Like I said, before I go strolling in.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Especially going to like the funeral tomorrow if you want to go.
Yeah.
I guess we should or could or can.
Well, it's at 2 tomorrow. We can decide. We can figure out what's going on. We don't all have to go, but I'm at least going to go because he is actually going to bring Jackson's like volume of work for me. So all of his books.
I don't even hear that. I'm just reading this.
Yeah, it's fine. But we
So do you
found,
think he was giving you if you're positive he recognized you, then or us recognize all of us,
Mhm.
how accurate and valuable or not valuable, how honest and accurate do you think the information you got was? Because I mean he could
well,
be
considering
Well, it was written.
yeah, considering a lot of it was written down and it was what he says at least was straight from Elias, which one of them was in Elias's handwriting, or 2 of them were actually.
Mhm.
Did he give them those or just show them?
Just showed them.
Mhm.
Okay.
But we gave you highlights,
Yeah. Oh,
But
that's
the letter and the last note were in his handwriting. I'm about 99% sure they're his. And the
Mhm.
notes from Hong Kong sound so much like notes he would make. I wouldn't imagine he would lie to us about that and give us false information and just happen to have it on hand.
Yeah.
I mean
and
I get it would be a lot of work, but it's just him recognizing us as I don't Just wanted to
It is a bit.
get your read on it.
But see, I feel like him recognizing us actually let him open. Like he felt like he could trust us more because Elias trusted us.
Yeah, especially with that last note.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree. But it is just a bit odd. I mean, y'all are beautiful women, but she's a lady. It looks like this and that. It's pretty.
Think about it too. We were in the last book, so anybody that read that book, maybe.
Especially going in the day after he's killed, asking about his, whole library of work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't know, but
not a lot of people have hair. Let's put it this way.
Look, I'm just
fire red hair.
Yeah, yours is fire red. Mine's like auburny. Like, yeah, no. Not a lot of us are.
They usually, we don't normally let, two redheads associate with one another like this in public, no less.
Hey, you know what? It's cold enough. We usually have hats on.
Why yada? Yeah, Alice. Well, anything you want. Well, no sense beating around the bush. I mean, I guess we should go. Might as well just, I don't know, see if he has anything else he wants to share with just the boys. Get him talking.
Yeah, I mean, you can even if you do go, don't tell him that we told you everything. He does want us to keep some things, He doesn't want us to get it out there in the public. Any of it. Really.
I mean, I think he's gonna guess at the very least that we're in contact. But we'll play as dumb as we can.
Yeah. Maybe we haven't run into you yet. Maybe we were supposed to. I told him that we were supposed to meet Jackson today.
Okay.
Instead of yesterday. So maybe we were all supposed to meet up there today.
Did you mention this expedition we were invited upon?
Mm-mm.
I said we were just meeting up with him today.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
To talk about it, but nothing else. And so that, maybe you guys say that you wanted to come here first before meeting up with us. Because we were all supposed to meet Jackson later, like at 1 or something, and after lunch or at lunch, and you just hadn't gotten there yet. I don't know. Just spouting ideas here, boys.
Today is the 16th, right?
Correct.
Yep.
I finally was marking it.
And if you guys go do that, maybe Iris can come with me and we can get new outfits for the funeral tomorrow, because I don't have anything black to wear.
And the boys. Buy outfits for the boys.
What?
Buy outfits for the boys.
Oh, yeah. Duh. Always. But it's got to be gaudy.
Yeah, we'll get like a big top.
The big frilly.
We'll get something.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we can still we can see what we can get from him. Honestly, my plan was banking on the fact that we could lie to him, so that's out the window. But we can still go and see what happens.
You don't have to tell him who you are.
He'll probably know.
Oh, he'll recognize. I feel certain he recognized you. He recognized you and Iris. He's gonna recognize me and Vincent. I mean,
Yeah, I'm like the hair. The hair. I mean,
I'm referring to the facial scar.
Oh well, yeah, Declan. I'm really sorry about that. Still, 5 years later, it's haunted me every day.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's just
it haunts him all day, every day.
Would you stop?
It does hurt quite a bit. Yeah.
Banter in real life.
Yeah.
I think this is exactly what.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Well, we can lean into it. We'll stop at the corner store, maybe pick up some smokes. We can get him smoking, talking about Jackson. See if we can, I don't know, get him talking.
You could take him a bottle of whiskey or scotch, and take him that as condolences. I don't know, just a thought. Liquor him up before he talks. Maybe his Loose
I
lips.
don't disagree with the idea, but yeah, I don't know
Hmm?
that I need to sink any ships today.
Fair.
Literal
or physical. Got it. Or literal or you know what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literal or naval.
There you go. Right.
All right.
I finish it.
No. You guys finish eating. Okay. The girls are going to go shopping.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to ask if you guys wanted to try to call
Oh, the
library
Harvard
lady
Library. Yeah,
while
we
we're
could do
there.
that. We could do that. We could go to the library, ask to use the phone to call the Harvard Library.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
Library reception.
Yep.
Reception.
I don't think there's any reason we all need to be involved in that conversation.
No. Nope.
Just let them know that, let her know that we are associates of Jackson's and we were going to follow up on his research.
Yep.
Can
Okay.
she help us?
Who wants to go first? Boys or girls?
I guess we can go. I think it'll be faster.
Let's do it.
I honestly. So I was saying all that in character, but out of character too. Like I don't know what we'll be able to glean with.
Yeah.
Either. Kind of. That fucking stalker kind of ruined my idea.
Stalker.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so we're there. We go there.
So you guys make your way to
Yeah.
Prospero House, walk in, and are greeted by the front desk clerk.
I'll be this. I'll tell Vincent before. I'll be the strong silent type, and I'll let you talk first.
Okay.
Well, if you think you can pull the roll off today, we'll let you go to shot. I give him a big smile and just walk in.
Prospero Publishing House. How can I help you? And she kind of like trails off as she looks at.
Is there a name tag on the desk?
Yeah, Nancy.
Nancy, listen.
Nancy Pants.
I did not say that and would not.
It's the 20s.
Yeah,
Nancy,
you're
I-
right.
I would
Oh.
not. Some.
Someone could. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Nancy, I was hoping you can help us out here. We're associates of Mr. Jackson Elias, and we were supposed to meet him today, but, well, I don't know if you've heard the terrible news. We found quite a law enforcement presence at his place of residence, and just wanted to see if we could speak with anyone here that might be able to help us out.
And she just kind of looks at you for a second, and she rolls her eyes. Jonah.
She had like big horn glasses, like smacking her lips. I missed I missed the description the first time, but that's what I hear now.
That's
Jonah!
Jonah. She gets up and just kind of like swivels her chair around so he can sit down. And sure enough, Jonah comes, ambling by and sits
Oh,
down.
Lord.
You were inquiring about Mr. Elias? I suppose you heard the news in the paper this morning.
We did, yes. He invited us to meet him here. My name is Vincent. It's a pleasure.
Oh, yes. Nice to meet you, Vincent.
That
It was Jonah.
Jonah Kensington. I own the publishing house here.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you.
And Declan? Yes.
Yes.
Reputation precedes you. Yes.
Oh, well, he's a man of quite a reputation.
It's hard to miss this, and I gestured in my face. I don't smile at all. I don't like just stone face. It's hard to miss this.
Yeah. I
Sweet.
Elias told me about that incident, and I'm very sorry. But you look good to me. You healed well.
I always told him I made a roguish, handsome-looking man.
I agree. It's nothing a good suit can't fix, anyways. It's kind of like
That's what I keep telling him. I told him to meet my tailor several times. He refuses. Refuses. Well, look, he had invited us to meet him today, and with circumstances, we just wanted to see if there's any information you had or anything you could tell us or help us
I
out
think
with.
then you should catch up with the other two. You just missed them. They're in here right before lunch, or And he looks like well, brunch or whatever. They were here earlier, and yeah, you catch up with them. I'd let them go through some notes and stuff. Of Elias's, but yeah, you should come to the funeral tomorrow.
I'd be honored. Yes.
2 p.m. He just kind of writes down the info for you and gives you a little slip of paper. And, just in case you don't meet up with them in time, I'll be there. And I think.
If only we had some way to pull something out of our pocket and get in touch with them, it would be very helpful.
Yeah, alas, we don't.
One day, magic.
Elias would have liked that.
It was his idea. I just wish he'd figured out how to make something like that happen.
Good man.
I told him smoke signals weren't quite the same, but I tried. How long had he been back in town? It sounded like it was recent, right?
Yeah, fairly recently. Yes. I spoke to him yesterday. Yeah, he didn't. You know the things you say, all right? I just wish he was still around.
Of course, yeah. But life's a cruel mistress at times.
Yeah, but like I said, yeah, he left me some stuff, but I've already gone over it, and honestly, I don't really feel like going back over it again. If that's all right.
Sure.
If you do have some more questions after catching back up with your friends, maybe we can talk after the funeral.
All right. Yeah. No. We'll see if we can get in touch. Know where they tend to stay. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Of course. See you tomorrow, boys.
Yes. Have a good one.
I just look at Vincent as we walk away. I'm like, well, that went well. That was.
Yeah. Got an official invite. It's always good. like to get a read on a man, you know.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I mean, what's my general vibe check on him? Does he seem sincere? Does he just seem like a rich asshole that, you know?
He doesn't seem rich. He seems like he's definitely dressing up.
Okay.
He doesn't. Just roll me a psychology.
Okay.
It's our best one to use until we come up with something better.
Yeah. 42, which I'm quite certain.
Well below your 77 psychology. No, he didn't seem like an asshole. He just seemed like a friend, honestly. Probably one of Elias's few friends, like you guys were.
Sorry, I just realized that there's a computer mouse icon that is screenshotted in the corkboard, and I was trying to find my mouse, and it was.
That is so weird. Got him.
Oh, it shows you guys.
Oh yeah.
So that is somebody else.
Weird. Okay.
I'm okay.
Now at least I understand why it's there. Okay.
It's me, green, I guess.
Sorry.
Mouse party.
Sorry, I was very confused.
Who's blue?
Wait.
Okay, so just seemed genuine. Didn't you know?
Yeah.
Okay. That honestly, that was. I don't know that Vincent necessarily knew that's what he was looking for, but that's what I wanted. Was just get in there and get a read on the guy. So
Declan doesn't care. He doesn't like him.
Well, and in hindsight, this is someone who Elias has been using as a publisher and collating notes and an editor for years. And knowing Jackson, if he didn't trust him, he wouldn't be using him.
Well, and that's, right, like, especially knowing that he was the one that was collecting the notes and acting as point of contact, and that, in another world, it could be the rich owner and there's an editor and whatever, right? Like, so it's informative. So cool. I'm gonna drag Declan to some place I used to go and show him something stupid.
Okay, I love it.
All right,
just some burrow at these like goofy buildings or some shit.
I love it. Yeah, TBD on what that is. So we cut over to the ladies, going over to the library, and you want to use the library. What I thinking on this now, it's the perfect thing to go to a library and be like, hey, I need to contact the librarian over at the university. Like, that seems totally valid to me, and there's no better way to do it than that way, I would think. So yeah, it's in your hands.
Iris is, of course, on vacation from school and is just researching.
Huh?
Okay.
You'll go to work in your cover stories.
Yeah.
I learned from my grandma. That's my school.
The school of grandmas.
You don't have to really go to Harvard. You just have to go to Harvard.
I think Abigail would be a little more likely to go to Harvard than me.
So you're in the library. It smells like books. There's a librarian. Would you like to talk to her?
Yes.
Okay.
We can go over.
Oh, what are you guys looking for today? How can I help?
Hi. I actually was wondering how we could get in touch with the library at Harvard University.
Oh.
Can you help us out with that?
Yeah, the Widener Library, of course. Anyone particular you need to speak with? And what's your research inquiry?
So we actually, one of our friends was looking for a book there, and we wanted to know if they had an extra copy.
Oh.
I don't remember the name of the book. Do you remember? I don't remember. Anyway, I think they were talking. They got information from an app, right? Miriam,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah. We can ask
Mary
for her.
something. I don't know.
Hang on. I can get you on. I can get him on the line. 1 second. And she goes through operator. Yeah, this is blah blah blah. It's such and such library. I want to contact blah 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 blah. Hold on. Oh, look, okay. And she just kind of hands it over to you.
The hand coming at the camera was perfect.
You sound like one of Kit Boga's characters he does as a woman. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Fucking here in my head now. Go ahead.
I'll just, hello.
Miriam. Who is this?
Hi. My name is Julie, and I'm one of my friends was trying to get a book with you guys, and I wanted to see if you had another copy, but I can't remember the name of the book.
Who was your friend?
His name was Elias Jackson. Elias.
1 second. Yeah, Jackson Elias. Yeah, he asked me. Hold on. Looking for a book called Africa's Dark Sex. SECTS. The other one. That one's a hoot. Yeah.
Okay.
Or I never read it, but.
Oh yeah. Do you by chance have another copy of it that I could come get? I wanted to call before I came down there.
No, I'm glad you called. Unfortunately, yeah, it mysteriously disappeared from the library several months before Elias requested it. And when I mean mysteriously, I mean like one day it just was gone. Like nobody checked it out. I checked everywhere. I checked with the intern. It's gone. And there was this weird unspeakable odor in the collection the day we noticed the sex books were gone, and she just starts rambling.
Yeah, I'm taking it all in, going,
Yeah.
Oh wow, interesting. I'm surprised.
How dare they?
Yeah, that's awful that someone would steal a book.
Yeah, I don't know what they were smoking or what. I don't know.
That's the worst. You
Smoking
shouldn't
the
smoke in
reefer.
the library.
Yeah,
That
think of
will
the
damage
books.
pages.
Think of the books.
Will
Kids
damage
these days, they got nothing else to do.
No. Well, do you by chance know if this kind of work was, or if this book has any other references, like in any other volumes, or it's contained in like an encyclopedia or something, something for
Yeah.
20s?
No. Unfortunately, it's one of its own. I believe. I don't think it has any other references. At least according to our notes that we have here in the index. I'm sorry that I again can't be of any help in regards to this book, but I guess it's a good one.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, and I'm very sorry that it got stolen. Hopefully, it shows up for you.
Yes.
They're in the
Hopefully.
safe.
Thank you.
What?
And she hangs up.
Okay.
I nudged Abby and I said, I bet you it's in that safe.
I bet you're right. So I'm going to ask the librarian here, because it's a New York library. Like, I'm assuming they have a lot of books as well. I'm going to ask her, can you point me in the direction of books on Africa?
Yeah, sure. And she just points you over there. Right over there.
Gonna go over there and peruse and see if there's anything that even remotely comes close to African sects, or like secrets of Africa, or unknown things of Africa. I don't know. Anything on Kenya, anything on the Nile after that. Nairobi.
Roll me a...
I have library use.
Do it.
A library use? Is that what you said?
Yeah. You better... I don't know if you've passed anything, so please pass this.
Me?
Well,
yeah.
I just want... Not because the information is needed, but just because you should pass.
Oh, I'm gonna use luck on that one. I rolled a 24. I'm gonna use luck on that one.
Okay.
I can roll.
She hasn't rolled yet either.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I think I succeeded last time. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, you did succeed last time. Yeah, you want to use 4 luck?
I will use 4 luck.
Okay, I'm gonna click it for you. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, so you use 4 luck. Yeah, you find all kinds of things on the Nile. You find things about, odd religions and stuff like that, or not really religions, but just like belief systems and stuff like that. But nothing that's really standing out as the kind of flavor that Jackson Elias would latch onto. Are you looking for anything specifically, not book specific, like you're not looking for a particular book, but is there anything research topic specific that you wanted to look up other than what you've already said?
Let's see. There was something else. I'm trying to find it in the note.
How about the mark on Elias's forehead?
Yeah. Symbols of
religious symbols or cult symbols, maybe, or maybe look up the what is it? The black
black wind,
and the
bloody tongue.
Bloody tongue. There we go. I got it mixed up. Black tongue.
All right. You spend some time. You guys are spend a couple hours in the library. Really going through. You can see it's starting to get a little dark outside. Like you spent a long time researching, and you finally.
That's a lot of
I was going to
hours.
say, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What with me?
You finally find a reference of the bloody tongue, and you see a little like drawn symbol that matches the carved symbol in Elias's forehead, kind of connecting the two. And you scoured everything that you could possibly scour, and the only thing you're able to glean is that this symbol seems to be connected to the bloody tongue. It's believed to have originated in Kenya, but its ongoing existence is unclear.
Hmm.
You don't find any mentions of anything else.
Nothing. Well,
Well, at least there's a tie there.
yeah,
So the bloody tongue is real, obviously.
it is a real thing. So maybe his letters weren't so crazy. I think something really just got to him at the end.
Yeah.
But he wanted us to do this expedition for a reason, so we just gotta
Right.
connect the dots.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see where the guys are at and figure out our next lead.
Yeah.
We're looking at cool stuff in New York.
All right.
You want those buses?
Cool. We're gonna Google cool stuff in New York, 1925.
Yeah.
Art Deco splendor.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah.
I
There's a baseball game going
dragging
on.
by the Cotton Club. Like, yeah, this is the place to go. We're gonna if we got enough time in New York, I'm taking you over here. And I take him to some like random park that me and my friends used to play
There you go.
baseball in.
Remember, it's fucking cold.
It's
I am
fine.
oblivious.
You
I got a big ass coat and gloves and boots. I don't care.
It's killing time. It's killing time. I love it. So you
Eventually, I'm like, it's been an hour or two, and I'm expecting y'all to be at the hotel. And I imagine we finally get back there, and it's like 4 o'clock, and they're
Yeah.
still not there.
Yeah.
I like that. What are you guys' opinions on pizza in the 1925? Do you think New York still was pizza like a thing? Like I'd like to say that it was.
Pizza was a thing. I'm pretty sure it was in like the early 1900s when it
because like
started.
it's like an Italian thing, right? So like they would have brought it over, or we would have bastardized some version of some Italian
So
dish.
I thought the case was that not necessarily they brought it over. I thought, like you said, it was a bastardized version, and it kind of evolved independently but related.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like the case that immigrants brought it over. I think people saw it and were like,
The
"Oh, I want
first
to copy
pizzeria
that."
in the
Yeah.
U.S., Lombardi's, opened in New York's Little Italy
Okay.
in 1905.
There you go, early 1900s.
Yeah,
And it
20
says
years.
in the 1920s, pizza was becoming more popular in the United States.
Yeah,
The way it was
pizza.
made and eaten was changing. It's becoming a staple in the United States, especially in New York City.
New York slice.
So I picture the boys, drinking bootleg liquor and maybe 2 stacks of pizza.
Okay, he didn't see his face.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, I definitely take him by some random ass fucking, totally not a bar.
Totally not a bar. Yeah, I love it. You press the pizza slice to get in. Cool. Yeah.
When you press the pizza slice 7 times, they know to bring you a pint.
Yeah.
There we go. So the girls finally show back up. Oh, we cannot gloss over your shopping. So you guys walk back in with your shopping bags. You
arrive back to the room to find out that one of the last things I did before coming here was drag him over to like my favorite spot, and I've got a fresh tie and accoutrement.
Oh, all right, because you
Nice.
guys haven't reconnected yet, so you would have.
Yeah. So they arrive back, and we're eating pizza that we
Yeah.
brought, and I have a bag from Jim's Haberdashery and Tailoring Extraordinaire.
Classic gems.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
The best hats.
I'm telling you, the guy, he's like 110. I don't know how he's still fucking so shit, but it's where you get cheap shit. It looks nice.
The kids these days with their insert don't understand.
Tall socks. There's a rotation, okay, guys? It comes back and.
Well, it probably is like high short pants to show off socks or something like that.
I saw that man's ankle the other day.
Well,
But yeah,
acceptable.
Scandalous.
so you guys need to reconvene, disperse information,
Mhm.
directly go to sleep. It's in your hands.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't make sense to not quickly just give him. There's not really anything to give, but
If I did drag him by Emerson Imports,
Sure.
not going in,
Yeah.
but is there anything of note in or around in our wanderings?
Excuse me.
Does it look the same?
Yeah. Let me
Run down.
double check
Fancier?
for you. Yeah, so it can be found narrow building on the edge of the Hudson River, just beyond Hell's Kitchen. Loading docks at both ends. The building itself it looks exactly like you had seen it before, a warehouse, seemingly piled high with freight. You can kind of see some windows where there would be like some offices at the front. And everything looks the same. Don't see anything odd walking by. Not burned down or anything.
I get unusually quiet as we approach, and until we are a few blocks past it, and you're observant enough to put two and two together on why I dragged you there and why I'm quiet. And definitely more inward looking and thinking for a few minutes of our walk there.
I guess kind of poke. I don't know. Declan's still kind of. He's not the really social nice guy he was a few years ago. So
yeah, that's I just There would have obviously I'm chatting your ear up this whole fucking time. Like I'm carrying on this, I assume mostly one-sided conversation.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're walking, and I'm looking around. I'm like, so
It very abruptly dies for a hot minute.
do you think the Yankees will win the pennant?
Wow.
Sure hope so.
Kind of look around, look at the ground. Like, do you think the street cleaners will unionize?
If they're smart, but I don't think they are.
Well, yeah, we're almost back. We should probably go.
Yeah, no, we I agree. We should. Yep, definitely.
Just reach over and smack you on the back a few times, like patting. Like, yeah, let's go.
I had to see if it was still around,
If it's something that's actually, I guess if he.
I mean, because that's the place where it happened, right, Zach?
You wouldn't have been at the place, but like you scammed that
a
guy.
rundown warehouse nearby.
Yeah, it would have been somewhere else, but yeah, it definitely wasn't at the place.
That was not a particular warehouse where the incident occurred.
Right.
Okay.
But so
I'm sure we wandered there before I take him back.
Yeah, sure, and same thing.
Yeah.
So, no, or Declan knows about this already, though?
I divulged most of this story when we were talking after we found that Emerson Imports card in his room. Like when we came back, I divulged that was where, that guy's goons, his fucking cultists that dressed the same as those fucking cultists that, killed Elias, they killed my brother, and, somehow I managed to get the fuck out and have been avoiding New York in care of Peru for a hot fucking minute until I came back for Elias.
The after the awkward street, which that was canon, the street cleaning and the awkward, like he just doesn't know what to say. If the after he pats you on the back, we're walking. He sees that it actually matters more, I guess. So internally, I'm like, well, okay, I'll try, and just be like, I can't. I know what it's like to lose someone, and unfortunately, I also know what it's like to lose yourself afterwards, and it's not something that you ever fix. People tell me that you can, and I don't believe them. So all I'll say is, if there's anything in there that's still left, hold on to it, and
Yeah,
it won't. Whatever you think will make it better only helps a little while.
you're not wrong. I definitely tried to drink and or fuck it away in Peru, and that didn't really pan out. So, no, I think you're right. It's I felt like I needed to see it now that I'm back home, but I don't know, man. It's a big world. I've been on couple of sides of it now, and feels real small coming back and finding these fucking cultists. Just some rich asshole that's associated with these same fucking cultists. Like, what the hell? Fuck.
Well, we can. I'll help you come up with some creative ways to talk to them about your grievances with them. I can promise it's going to make things worse for you in the long run, but also I've been there and I've done similar things, and you feel better. But just really, before you commit and go down that path more, just take it from me. It's not. You won't. Again, you're not going to come back. So,
Yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do. I know a lot of ways to torture people. I mean, creatively, get
people
information
to say what you want them to
from
say.
them. Yes.
Yes. Well,
Fabulous.
that's
Fabulous.
it was bad enough when they took my brother, but now these assholes have taken Jackson, and well, I was already going to go on this fucking whatever the hell this is for his sake, but now I want to see it to its end, figure out what the fuck's going on.
Something we can do when we find them. Did you know that if you hold enough heat up to someone's eye, it will pop out?
I didn't, but I do now.
Yeah, I hear it doesn't feel too good. I've been told by other people smarter than me that your eye doesn't feel pain, but I don't know. Those people, they look like it hurt. So keep that one in your pocket.
It's very good to know. Very, very good to know. Thanks, Declan. And I proceed to take you to the to the fucking pizzeria bar.
Pizza makes everything better.
Where we chow down as
Right.
eating stuff and then looking
drink
at it, thinking
not
about
beer.
goopy eyeballs, and be like, "That's fine. It still tastes delicious."
I mean, I'm certainly not hardened to violence and gore the way you are, but I'm getting numb.
Yep.
Right.
And at some point, I bring up my younger brother that I'm still trying to protect, and am just terrified for. Felt like fucking Dick Tracy over here making codes for letters of all things. I don't know, it's worked. It's worked so far.
I mean, probably not the answer you want to hear, but if these people are as powerful as they seem to be from what we've ran into here and what you're saying, you may have to just let your brother go until this is done, and just not. I know it's hard, but there's, I don't know, not having family, not talking to them can be rough, but there's some, if depending on, some mistakes can't be taken back. So
yep, you are. Wow, he's as safe as I can make him. So see what happens. Yeah, how do you feel about boats? I feel like there are boats in our future.
I don't really like the water. I'm gonna be honest. I had some bad experiences with some rivers in France. Almost drowned.
That is that definitely ranks up there amongst worst experiences in a river. So that's fair.
Yeah, but a couple of German guys fell on top of me, and I couldn't get up from under them, and I had to stab them.
Were they at least dead Germans?
No, they're very much alive.
That's the worst kind of German.
Yeah. One of them was missing an arm, but you'd be amazed how much a one-armed person can do to try and drown you when you're already in a river.
A lot with the load you assholes have to carry.
I like to think that the other people that are in the bar, like, we're talking in a normal voice, and they're just like, what? Because the decorum back then, especially, they're like, what are these two brutes talking about?
How could they? I love it.
I dragged you to a corner, but there's no hiding certain conversations. I expect no less than 3 people have left the adjacent table.
Yeah. Love it. So we got to roll back to after all these shenanigans. Back to the hotel. You guys are
come through the door with all our shopping bags.
Yep.
It's dinner time, and we've already eaten and drank heavily, and you guys have spent 6+ hours at the library.
Yep.
Yeah.
And shopping. Yep.
We're like all uppity, and y'all are all solemn, and we're just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, y'all walk in, and we were probably just both at that like weird dude stupor where we're not wasted, but we're definitely like half drunk and like not talking at this point.
We also went shopping, so we're kind of coming down from that too.
Sure.
Coming down from the shopping high.
Yeah. It's great while you're doing it. It sucks when you're done and you're like, now what do I do?
And I don't shop much, so I'm like exhausted. Like, because
maybe you guys just call it a night then.
I'm
sure there's conversing and sharing of saw this.
We'll tell them what we found in the library, the marking.
Yep.
Well,
we found the name of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Got the name of the book that he wanted. It was Africa's Dark Sects. Like,
that kind of
not.
Okay.
No,
okay.
No.
Okay. Got
it. Get your drunk mind out of the gutter. Bring it back.
Well, just enunciate better, okay?
How else do you want me to say sects?
Sects. Yes. You gotta get the T in there.
Sects.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
we'll work on that.
I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, let's go.
I think my gut knew that. That had to be the bloody tooth. But,
it's been too emotional the last couple of days. I'm not ready for this again. I'm going to bed.
I'll drink to that.
I grab a piece of pizza and take it to the room.
Snoring gently as you guys are yelling and like talking loud. I'm snoring in a chair.
I reach over and like cheers your mostly empty glass like on the table and
love it. All right.
I kind of like adjust so that if you fall out of your chair, you're gonna wind up somewhere comfy-ish.
Yeah.
And then I go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
And probably lie there for ages, staring at the ceiling.
All right.
Yesterday, years ago. Yesterday, years ago.
Yeah.
Today, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking about
What
the connections, right? All the connections swirling around in your mind. The same people after Elias that got to Elias, the same people that got to you. You know, what's the connection there? How'd you get all wrapped up in this again? Eventually, you guys fall asleep. And you wake up to a fresh day on the day of Jackson Elias's funeral, the 17th.
Well, at least there's no reason to go to Cambridge.
Yeah.
We wake up on that fateful day, the day of his daughter's wedding
Oh.
/ funeral /
You come to me. I regret that I didn't pick a Italian last name now.
Glad you did.
Like
Tony.
Jimmy Parmesan.
Yeah.
Jimmy Pepperoni Parmesan.
Yes. There it is. There
Jimmy
it is.
Pepperoni Parmesan, I miss you.
Hey.
Tony Ravioli.
Let me see that big mug.
Walk in here.
Zach, considering that it is 2 p.m. when that occurs, using my higher library skills, like, is there like places I can call to see if anyone has this text?
Text.
This
The African book.
sex.
Oh.
Like,
Like,
is there
can
like a
I
rare-
call back to my university in
Yeah.
California? Like, can
Is
I
there
call
a
NYU?
small
Like,
bookstore. Like,
yeah, can I call around?
Let
to
me
see if-
see. Let me see.
I don't know. I don't know that it matters, but I have hours to kill, so.
you can always go back to the library and be like, "Hey, help me figure this out."
Okay. Yeah, so you can call around.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if, like I said, like, my first thoughts are, I think we said it was UCLA, back home, NYU here that I was at for, like, those places in particular, but also just perhaps knowledge of other less book collectors instead of librarians. Okay.
Yeah. I'll just try to see here. What do you wanna do here? What do you wanna do?
I think my library is good, but not great.
Give me a library use.
Library use is 30.
Yeah.
Which I think the default was like 10 or 20 or something.
Did you give me a library use?
No, sorry. I was checking my number.
What happened? He rolled
I
and
don't know.
left.
He hasn't said a word or done anything except go look at his screen.
I was looking at my luck.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 50.
Oh, so you're debating using 20 luck.
It's a lot of luck.
A lot of luck. But you've got,
I
58.
Like, I feel as though I should try to use my luck more,
But
at
that's
least slightly more
Like
freely.
you said, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot in one chunk.
For some reason, 15 would have felt better than 20.
Meh.
All right. Nope.
Nope.
Cracking we go. It was a 1.
Yeah, so you call around and you have to repeat yourself multiple times. You're trying to explain what this book is.
No, SECTS.
And you thought I had trouble enunciating.
And you're not able to get to anybody that understands, or they understand what you're saying, but nobody knows what you're talking about. Not finding any hits. Yeah, don't have like an author or anything like that, and yeah, no, and maybe it was it could be even a limited. It could be like a one-run thing, like maybe not even like a print to press. You don't know.
Yeah, just some like professor at Cambridge, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
No hits.
Very well. I tried. Cool. All right. That's my morning plan. Unless somebody else has something better to do.
Negative.
Nope.
All right. So with that, it is 10:52. This is a good spot to pretty much stop. We can say you guys make your preparations and head over to the funeral, and we can start at the funeral next session.
Okay.
All right.
And thanks, as always, to Syrinscape for the amazing atmosphere and music. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table.